Hello, Taurus. We are here to do your March update, both from a psychic point of view and an astrological point of view. Now, we're all trying to prepare, and I can see something in my hair. We have a storm here at the moment, so I was trying to fix my veranda. It's like I'm using it as a mirror. Anyway, we're going to do the energy for you guys for March. Now, you guys, when we have Saturn going retrograde, it's going to be a deep time for you guys to look at some areas in which that potentially have been neglected. Also from the point of view of what 2021 is going to bring. Now, we will have Saturn going retrograde and direct, both bouncing between Capricorn and Aquarius. Aquarius is your 10th house. And collectively, this will directly relate, because at a collective level within this planet, we're going through that. Now, your career at the moment, if there has been other areas obviously highlighted, definitely with the Aries energy, it would have knocked you guys for 6, because it is your 12th house. Now, Aries and Chiron for you guys, again, spiritually speaking, it's like for the next 8 years, you guys are going through a massive awakening. So some of your gifts can be upgrading, some of your perspectives and perceptions maybe 3D, 5D, because it is bouncing, and it can cause agitation. Some of it, it's like almost hidden wisdom, hidden knowledge that you did not know you had within inside you. Now, I have actually, this morning I was guided to go on a little bit of a spiritual journey, and I have actually purchased a new deck, and you guys are going to be the first ones to be able to use it. And it's, how do I put it? Within the energies, whenever I'm drawn to, I listen to my guides and I actually go where the universe decides to take me. And I've got this beautiful crystal shop I go to. I'm in Perth, WA. And where's the box? I'll show you, just in case you guys want to actually purchase it. It's a beautiful deck. And we're going to use it on your general energy. So I'll just show you some of the imagery for those of you that are new to the channel. And some of the images are very Chiron and Aries. They're very, very pretty. And it is chakra orientated, but it has divine messages on it. And I did use it on a beautiful friend of mine this morning. Her name's Jen. And I managed to briefly talk to Luciana, but then the universe didn't want us to communicate at that time. So we will connect later. But they do have beautiful messages in them. I'm going to read them only upright. Direct messages for those of you who are Taurians. Now, as I said, you guys have really been in the thick of it. If I could come out and give you a hug right about now, I would, because it has been very spiritually transformative for you guys. Now, if you guys have been on a bit of a spiritual quest lately, it's perfectly normal. What is going to be coming up is your career sector, okay? So, during the energy of March, you're going to have Saturn going retrograde. Yes, there's going to be other aspects. It's going to go on hold. It'll lighten up for a little bit. We're going to have the Virgo super full moon, which is very much Chiron energy. And you're going to be able to compartmentalize. So especially that the energy is coming through for your energy in the 12th house, you're going to be able to look at it from a natural healer's perspective. This is both for you and for other people around you. But it's a more anchored and grounded, holistic way of actually addressing these areas. So it is going to ease up. Now, as I mentioned, your Venus has been in your 12th house. You've had Chiron in your 12th house. You have had Black Moon Lilith in your 12th house. So if you guys feel a little bit off, it's perfectly normal. Now, this can also be a very, very positive time. We had, as Giggle mentioned, the Schumann resonance. I hadn't checked, but when I was doing the video based on the Pisces moon for February, I did mention Pisces moon, and I don't know what I called it. I think it was emotional wealth, because our emotions with ascension symptoms, sometimes you're wanting to deal with the 3D and you're unable to. But sometimes this spiritual quest, universe pays it forward. They do tend to get you to a vibration where you're upgrading, and then all of the delay is alchemized in a sense, there you go, where you will directly move forward. And I'm going to have a look at what these energies are. Okay, now the red to me is coming through like Saturn. I'm going to pull crowning energy for romance. I love my life. This always happens when I go live, honest. Let me try and turn it down. He's probably thinking, oh, I'd really like to talk to you, but I can't. I'll be 20. Now, crowning energy for Taurus. Ooh. Okay, cool. Okay, let's work with it. Let's see what's coming up. You guys, if you have been purging, perfectly normal. I think I may even use these energies for you guys for your different houses that are coming up. So we're going to look at finance. Yes, I'm going to reveal what's coming up for you guys. I pulled your crowning energy for romance, and we will tune into that first. And then we can look at the surrounding energies of overall for the month. And then we're going to look at your career and your money, your family and your tribe and the people you're mixing with. This can even be in your home domain, your health and your environment, and then the unseen. Ooh, okay, you guys are going to be snappy Tom this month. You're going to be on fire. There is one placement I want to look at. Now, we currently do have Cancer in your communication house. We also have Capricorn in your 9th house. This cycle that we're ending at the moment, still at a 9th house level, it is deeply spiritual. Now, some of you are wanting to move. The key to all of this is the art of communication. Now, when we move towards May, we are going to have an opportunity to operate differently in the communication sector. It's also a great time for education, upskilling, technology, articulating how we feel in a very comprehensive manner. Let's get into it. Now, your crowning energy is illusions. But obviously with Pisces energy, yes, it did come through in a manner that, how do you put it? Very hard to distinguish in the 12th house where your belief systems are versus where it is delusional. So, you know, you're best during that process. If something's coming up at a delusional state, we naturally do it. We look at it. It's then purging that, coming to terms with it, and then anchoring in the reality of what now is your new perspective so that you can proceed forward. And it's not that manifestation is not such. With your 12th house, you have a large ability for that. But it is incredibly important to manage your frequency and learn how to use your gifts. You'll find, especially with the 12th house, you will be going through things at a collective level prior to other individuals. And for your sign, you know, the way your natural innate way of being is, all of that is evolving. So it can feel extremely unnatural to you. It's unique because the Taurus energy really does like the tactile energies of familiar. It's a bit like Cancer. The surroundings and the beauty of the direct environment create home to them. It also provides some sense of comfort, a bit like building a pyramid, which we really are breaking paradigms down at the moment, where we're understanding that no aspect is certain in a sense. So it's almost like an egoic purge, where you directly believe that if you have your freezer full of food, that everything's going to be okay. Then there's a lightning storm and then the food goes bad. It's like no sense of preparedness can prepare you, but the tools of what you have inside you are very important, and you are the home. If you can integrate that at a spiritual level and bring it inside yourself, no matter what is happening on the external, rain, hail, or shine, you will flow with that wind energetically. But it is a very, very transformative space for you guys. So you will, a lot of zodiac signs aren't going to resemble their innate way of being with all the way the astrology is at the moment. So we may find in years to come the energy of Taurus, the energy of Cancer, the energy of Capricorn, and a lot of us are changing. We're not coming through in the same vibrational field. Now, as some of you know, the 1-400 energy, those of you that know about it, it directly relates Some of you at a spiritual ascension level are looking at those energies because this is a 41 card. Now, the illusion is, again, do look at the mirror. Now, in anything in healing, we do need to look at the lesson inside a situation, but we also need to understand like attracts like. So a lot of times, and I know on my spiritual path, and I was talking to Jen about this morning, it's very hard when we're standing in our way and we're directly cross-watching, or we're looking at our own zodiac sign, or we're too far. It's a bit like being too close to the fire. When you're too close to the fire, you innately feel one temperature, and the belief of that 3D experience is such. When you can calm the energy and then get to a grounded state of being, it's really healthy to actually look at the mirror. And I never suggest it while you're in the thick of a trigger, but I do strongly recommend it. And it can be something as simple as all your belief systems to do with a direct situation, and then looking at the other side, and that now Luciana's calling, and now look at the other side and see how something on that side of the fence is playing out in you. So pertaining to a romantic partner, if you feel the person needs to do X, Y, and Z, what is your belief about that situation? What is your feeling about that situation? And then write down potentially what you may be doing that could be quite similar. And I did this about 3 years ago. It was when I had been working with a beautiful lady called Luciana, which I'm talking about you. I'm glad you heard. And I've talked to Jen, and we had a really good talk. And both Luciana and Jen taught me some very valuable lessons. It makes me feel very emotional because it is such a blessing. You do not understand how important it is to do the work. Look at the lotus flowers on the card. And I mean, yes, I know I've got the light there. And it's the purple energy, which is the 12th house, which is currently in Taurus energy. It's also the frequency of psychic energy. Now, some of you may be experiencing things on the astral realm. Others of you may be feeling vampire energy attacks. And I was discussing this with a beautiful lady who works in the crystal shop today. And there was a lovely lady on YouTube, and I won't mention names, because over the years of doing this job, the one thing is when you give something a vibrational energy, you're feeding it. When you do learn how to manage your frequency, certain things like smudging and crystals, you've upgraded your energy to a point you are those things. But it's self-management, and it's working at that degree where you are integrating those energies inside of yourself when nothing will directly define you. You won't look at money in the same perspective, because like attracts like, and in disconnection, sometimes the universe will directly detach those energies for you to be doing soul energy and upgrade. And no sooner do you energetically do that, does everything move, and you end up catching up. So any time lost, you directly catch up. The mirror in this situation is, while you're in the thick of it, you might have been seeing this person in your dream state. You might have been seeing this person in the 3D or at the corner of your eye. You may be feeling their vibration. Between now and the Virgo moon, I do feel this is a very important time for you guys. And I feel it's going to be able to transform some things with you. Now, the Virgo moon, it is a super full moon, and there's going to be a lot of healing happening to do with relationships, romance, luck, and things to that degree. And we currently do have Juno in Libra. And for you guys, it falls in your work domain. And I did mention when Aquarius goes retrograde Saturn goes retrograde into Aquarius, again, your career sector is highlighted. You really will need to be having the spiritual connection, not the financial connection. Once you're in alignment of that situation, both your romance, your marriages, your contracts, your partnerships are going to come into balance. But this is something that will be looked at. Now, Capricorn being your 9th house, you're in that spiritual energy. You might have been quite busy, coming, going, doing things to that degree. Your crowning energy is the 10 of Cups in reverse. Now, this can be a purge. This can be a family-related dynamic, and a lot of it is you can actually skip steps in these energies, and some of you will already be in the frequency of the Virgo moon. Now, it is coming on the 9th, and I will do a separate video, and I'm going to discuss, and I will pull separate cards directly just for that moon energy. But right now, there can be a mindset where you're thinking, there's a letdown energy. You're trying to do the very best you can. Again, go back to the mirror energy. If you feel you can't move a situation, it's a temporary frequency and it can change within a moment, but it is connected to your spiritual beliefs. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Hierophant comes out, but we'll continue on. At the heart of it, you may be feeling, are you on the right path? Is this the right person? Is this a spiritual connection? You may be, again, remember, you're in the 12th house energy. Now, this can be a very temporary, fleeting moment, but it is facing your fears when it does come to the mirror. You also do know this as an illusional state, that it is due to external situations happening. It's a direct vibration. As I mentioned, the Schumann resonance did really peak very heavily, more than usual. Now, some of you will feel it before it spikes, and you need to go into your vibration. I also feel you may be tuning into your romantic interest. This can be where there is detachment, and I have been talking to a lot of people, both spiritual, ascended, awakened people and other people in the community, and a lot of people have been saying it is very singular energy, and healing is a very singular frequency. Yes, there are soul contracts where they're directly connected, but it's also at a very singular level where you do have to do that healing solely first. Make peace with that, which is union within that state of being, and then be in the openness of absolutely zero, infinite zero. Now, then there's movement. Now, in family, there can be a subject matter at the moment that you're directly dealing with pertaining to family. However, I do feel this is a frequency where movement forward is coming. That you guys, as Taurians, are moving forward against the grain of your fare. You're trusting in the process at a spiritual level, and you're moving forward and you're being open to the frequency of what's to be. Some of you might jump into this Neptunian state. You're better off to use the Neptunian state from a manifestation point of view of the positive things, not get into the spiral effect of disillusionment, okay? I feel, your love interest at the moment is very much going into their intuition, and I do feel by the Aries moon, there is going to be a different vibration with this person. Again, both of you have a similar energy. Now, I do see both of these cards as Pisces and Cancer energy. From the perspective of what they're showing me, I'm not even going to bother going into that. It's just I'm sensing the moon energy of the Pisces plus the illusion energy, the Pisces energy. It's a move over effect and needing to do both energies prior. At the heart of it, they do feel deep, deep spiritual connection with you and deep romance. They also may be very, very critical towards themselves and very strict and harsh at the moment. They know how they feel, but articulating it at this point, and I do feel articulation is coming. You can be in the relationship or not, regardless. A lot of people at the moment we're starting that new cycle. Hi, Dale. We're starting this new cycle. So, some of you may be very exhilarated and excited by it. Others of you might be deeply, deeply frightened by it. What's this going to mean? And again, when you're getting into that space, you need to come back to the present moment and get your energy anchored in. When you're dealing with a huge conflict, think of it as a moment, not infinite. As in, look at it from a point of view of it's just for this one moment. And then detach. What's on their mind? Look, they're feeling as though they have made foolish mistakes in their life. And again, I was feeling a lot of third eye energy. and a lot of conditioning. When they're looking at their life, when they're looking at decisions they've made, actions, reactions, communication, yes, there's regret, but they're seeing it from a very unique perspective at the moment. They also do know at the heart of it, in order for anything to work, it is team orientated. That's necessary. They're trying to be patient and compassionate towards what has gone down, and that they are going into their heart center space. In general, if you can remove your ego from this person innately in their natural way of being, they're very old-fashioned and they are easygoing. The ego and the things that they've moved through in a sense of adversity has been showing their energy in a different light. I do feel, I'm going to pull another clarifier because I feel they've got things on their mind at the moment. There could be a toxic situation that's going on. Also a huge draw. Now, when I'm saying a draw towards each other, it's two things. The external energy surrounding them, in a sense of shadow energy, may be there. But again, this is the band-aid to a situation. I also feel you need to look at where their Capricorn energy is in their chart, but both of you are directly dealing with this. Now, it can be your spiritual beliefs because you have 9th house, but at the same time, what you need to understand is this too shall pass. But if you are tuning into it constantly, it's going to cause more conflict. So if there is a toxic scenario playing out and you are feeling bound to this, you need to not tune into that subject matter because it's feeding it a frequency. Now, your heart space is being very rational, but it does not mean, and I've been through this myself, where your heart space is being rational and somehow at a subconscious level, we think if we have the direct relationship with that intuition, you've got to decipher between what is heart space and what is building a wall around the heart. I do feel they can sense this, and it does feel protective energy because both of you automatically are doing a similar thing. To the foundation, you have been hurt, broken, potentially by each other or other people. So the way in which you need to understand for this to be successful, you need to be looking at the mirror so that you can get grounded. You both do have a spiritual connection. Both of you have lived similar things in a sense of letdowns. But you might be wanting to protect yourself against adversity, harm, and hurt. Taurus, you guys feel a cycle needs to end. It could be a way of being. It could be a way you're doing something currently. It might be on their side or your side, but you do need to come back to the mirror. It's interesting. When you go through an awakening, a lot of you are mass manifestors, but we do become very 3D when we're directly looking at a physical situation. If you find you are not able to move something at a physical level, you need to get back into the spiritual level and do the mental work. And test it. There's no harm in testing it. If you can think of that physical situation as a one moment and feed it no power, I do feel, again, with the Chariot coming through and the moon energy coming through, you do have the super full moon in Virgo to heal that paradigm, to compartmentalize it and see the distortion of a situation and the reality of a situation and compartmentalize it and shift your energy onto the positive outcome. And even if you can't do that, to physically allow for that cycle to end. If you're looking at your love life in two roads, it's going to cause problems. You're unable to alchemize a solid scenario, so doors will close. The illusion is that you have no power. If you're trying to, if you're on the fence about how something's going to play out or what path to pick, it can be the reason why things aren't moving. Once you decide to be in a solid vibration and open to whatever the universe is wanting to bring you, I feel that's when this is going to transform and you can have this celebration, okay? But do it in a healthy way. I'm going to pull a clarify. I'm sensing something. If this person has been struggling, it could be you or them. This can be a band-aid effect. You can actually help it in the 5D. We've got the lotus flower again. And again, it's purple. You have wisdom about it. Trust your intuition. Understand. You have to, if you're wanting to be a light worker and you're wanting to work on a person's energy, first you must check with you. Hi, Dale. First, you've got to check with you. You can give it to source to help. You can also only do light work energy towards a romantic partner if your energy is anchored in, okay? Because if you are not vibrationally in alignment and grounded, you can affect your auric field. I would definitely ask your guides to help with this situation. But I definitely feel with the purple, it is divinely guided. I feel you're going to sense what they're going through. I do feel with the owl energy, you may have a phone call at night time. The person may be not so great, but you needn't cast that energy away because it's an olive leaf, but you must not misconstrue that energy. You still are able to psychically protect yourself, and I don't feel you're in harm's way. I feel you just need to be open for this experience. But I do feel with the owl energy, it's a nighttime energy. You're also going to get a psychic download that this person may want communication. You need to trust in your guidance with this. And I feel quite firm on that. I don't feel bad. I feel you will be drawn to make contact. I'll leave it at that. Or they may be contacting you. But it feels, however, which way that's happening, there is a reason the souls are communicating at this level, both at the 5D and the 3D, because there is a transformation occurring. Now, I'm going to go into the energy of your monthly energy. And I told you, I'm only bringing them up, right? There's a lot of healing coming. Your guides are assisting with this. So if there's been some things panning out, this year is the year for this healing to occur. I do feel it's very strongly linked to romance as well. I'm feeling a male energy coming through. Now, this male energy may have loved the water. There also might have been a connection to a pond, and this person has actually transcended over. Now, both this angelic energy and spirit guide, that's what they're showing me. They were very connected to animals. Now, I'm seeing a reflection of this person, and they're trying to assist you. During the Pisces energy and with the 12th house activation, you might be thinking you're going crazy. You may see this person. You may sense their energy. It could be something to a cologne, and I do feel it's male energy. This is a male energy that has passed over, and that they did like to sit next to, it could have been a pond, it might have been water, but there was a spiritual connection to them and water. I do feel they're asking you to do a little bit of meditation. Okay, I knew this was going to come up. I'm seeing the mirror here, and the first thing that I was looking at with this, I had an experience a few years back on scrying. If you're going to attempt to do it, make sure that you are grounded. Make sure that you understand how to use your psychic gifts, and make sure that the bowl is covered. If you're going to use a mirror to scry, make sure you understand that it needs to be a brand new mirror. It needs to be cleansed and cleared, and it needs to be covered at all times. That space you work in must be cleared as well. Because I do feel they may communicate with you. Try not to vacantly look into a mirror at home. You don't want to be doing that, okay? Don't do that. Because dark energies can actually connect inside it. Now, I do feel this person is telepathically trying to communicate with you. You are being guided. You are being protected. Now, there can be an anniversary coming up of something. This can be a birthday. It can be a physical event that's going to come. Around that time, these guides are with you, and they're telling me that around that date, there is going to be a shift in your life where it will be moving in a completely different direction. This doesn't mean romantic partners are not going to be there. It means your energy and your light working energy is upgrading. You're going to need to face your fears when it does come to success, to romance, but it's creativity. Now, the Aries energy was bringing this up for you. Mars is going to be in Aquarius as well on the 30th of March. Now, as I mentioned, both with Saturn being in Aquarius and Mars being in Aquarius, you're going to have the same energy coming through, and it is your 10th house. So when it does pertain to the energy of your career, it might have been due to other areas of your life you felt you couldn't have both. What you need to understand is, yes, you can. Oh. There is a romantic partner that feels a little bit intimidated by you. Now, they remember the old energy of who you were, and they have watched you change. They feel you have two sides to yourself, which they are deeply intrigued by. And it was funny because this morning I kept seeing yin and yang, but I was seeing more the shadow aspect. And in astrology, from February moving through, we did have Black Moon, Lilith, and Aries, which I'm pretty sure it's still there, Venus and Aries, and it's all of those shadows. It's all of the 12th house energy. Having an aspect, we all need to make peace with the light and the dark within ourselves, and have self-acceptance and know that that is worthy of love. But we must first love ourselves. Now, this person, at some level, it's quite amusing. They find your fiery side quite appealing. They also like you wearing red. I don't know why, but they're telling me they like you wearing red. They do feel nervous to move towards you because there might have been some time where you've had to be it in your life. This can be to do with home. It can be to do with finances. It can be to do with, I'm seeing the shame. Shame in general of a letdown energy. Now, I do feel this male energy coming through, which it could be on this person's side or yours, is around this love interest. Your reading is very romance orientated, even though your career sector is deeply aspected. Okay, as you shift the energy off the theme of romance and onto the essentials of what you need to deal with, this is why romance is balancing out. Now, when I say balancing out, moving into your sphere at a more unique level, because you're shifting your energy onto you due to a 3D necessity. The laws of attraction are, with this gold energy coming through, I don't feel it's your energy. I feel it is the energy of another person around you because of what you've gone through. And this feminine energy on the card, in both cards, has faced their fears. Now, it's not to say you guys aren't going to be coming up with this energy. We grow and continue to. But there is an aspect coming through, linking in with this romantic interest, this observer. One of you is feeling guilt to not helping another. You're also holding your communication, okay? You're holding your tongue. Holding your tongue from a point of view that you're being deeply observant. You're using your crown chakra. You're covering your mouth and you're observing the direct situation. There is going to be, I do feel, oh God, okay. This card is 9, and I was linking in with the moon. Now, it's got a 9 on it. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. This deep passion, this could be a fire energy. And again, like I said, Aries for you guys is your 12th house. So this can be an energy that flows up within you. Again, linking in with your employment, especially since Saturn is going retrograde into Aquarius. You might have an activation of your Kundalini, but the 9 energy is going into hermit mode, going into evaluation and spirituality of the laws of the universe of manifestation. This also is a very large energy of passion. Now, during that time, you may sense that there's going to be some transformation. This can be in your home environment. It can be in your romantic relationship, the person you're thinking of. But it does feel quite magical. Now, we will be having an aspect during the month where Venus is going to be squaring Pluto. Now, whenever we have that energy coming up, and it has been doing this here and there, especially moving into March, what you're going to find is that of what is a belief system that you feel is dead wood, it will be cast out and removed and made peace with, especially with the Virgo energy. You're also going to be in alignment with your instincts, and you will know that there will be movement. And I'm feeling to the corner of this flower, there is a snake, and I feel it's more the energy. I'm not feeling negatively. I'm feeling passion and Kundalini. You will innately know what to do. It can be a song that comes on. It's going to signal what's happening. I also feel if you listen, this is what I'm hearing, listen to what's being said. Be open to listening. Also be open to what universe is giving you in a message. I do feel it's going to be music to your ears. I'm not feeling negatively about it at all. I just feel whatever has happened to you, it's a karmic balance. I do really feel a golden opportunity in your career sectors coming, providing you're open to it, but you need to actually connect in with your guides, because with your 12th house activation, if you're in your fair-based frequency, it will affect that transformation moving forward. And currently, Aries and Chiron is there for 8 years for you in your 12th house. So you can allow it to dictate to you, or you can utilize that energy at a very beneficial point, providing you're doing things from a spiritual point of view of flexibility. Everything that you need will directly come towards you. Now, again, 12th house for your career and finances. Utilize it. Work out how you can utilize those manifestation techniques. You'll notice that as money comes, money will go, you will have an upgrade, and then the money will come back again. But it's going to be a flowing energy, but detach from the fear-based frequency. Detach from it and trust in the process. It's funny because it's red energy. It's the Lotus, it's the Aries energy coming through in Chiron for you guys. Detach from the fear-based frequency because you're in the 12th house energy. You'll be in safe hands. It's hidden resources. It's your ability to transform and manifest. And there is a lot of these hopes and dreams are going to come through, providing you can stay in that domain. Now, your family and tribe, again, crown orientated. So your soul tribe is coming towards you. If you don't feel interlinked, the energy of Pisces will detach from people, places, and things because they will not link in with you. And again, being a Taurian with the Uranus transit, these changes are taking you to your higher path. You're going to need to go on this journey. You're going to need to trust this process. Your health overall, I feel a lot of sacral chakra, solar plexus, and a lot of release. It is going to feel like the world is your oyster. And I do feel as long as you can tap into that energy of creativity, I feel you're going to conquer your fears. Wow. Again, this is a 9. 9 being hermit mode. Again, very spiritual. We did have the moon in Leo, which was activating the solar plexus and the third eye. It's heaven sent. That's what they're showing me. It's almost like it is spiraling out and it's helping you deal with these fear-based frequencies. It's also going to benefit you between now and March, all the way through March. I feel you're going to be more in your vibration of co-creation. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that because they're wanting to say more. Weird. Told you. Going into hermit mode to meditate upon these things, which I said it's a 9 energy, it's hermit energy, that has helped you. So if you felt that you haven't got a lot achieved in the month of February, moving into March, you're going to catch up. You're also going to be more in your creative energy, and it's going to upgrade your health by taking time. Some of you might be going on a brief trip, but it's going to help you leaps and bounds. It's necessary. Now, the hidden energy of what you're not seeing is somebody is about to speak their truth towards you. This is a truth-speaking month. You'll also find moving into April that vibration is going to be there too. If you're feeling that's not possible, again, you need to do some work on that because this has infinite potential here, this conversation. And it is coming through up here. It's saying you need to understand that this person, what it looks like versus what it's going to be, you're going to be surprised, but you need to lower your ego because they are coming in with communication. Here it says that they're wishing to speak their truth. Limiting beliefs will come down to you, but also it is about growth. And I feel it will only be if you do not allow this energy to transpire, you will limit this transformation. It's almost like sitting in the bushes of poison ivy. So, don't do that. Be open to it. The lie energy is more, you will know the truth from, and also, if you have been through a transformation, you also need to understand this person is going through that state too. Yes, you can trust your intuition. We have no control over others, but if you're being open to the situation and you allow this person to communicate, it's saying, listen. Listen to this energy. Any questions while I'm here? While I'm packing up, I've got one more to do, and that's Capricorn. I'll have a quick break, and I'll come back. And then I'm going to have to start preparing for the super full moon in Virgo. And yes, I do wish to do a twin flame update shortly. I am getting to the point where I'm getting more organised, and I'm going to be doing various reads. So we're still going to continue with new moon, full moon energies each month, and I'll explain how the house is impacted. I have tried to enter them into your zodiacs. Like I said, and again, 12th house, you want to manifest this month, guys. By the time you reach the energy of new moon in Aries, be ready. Very, very good energy. You want to manifest something as the perfect time. Use the super full moon in Virgo on the 9th to compartmentalize, understand, clean up shop, get paperwork done, get more into the vibration of being grounded to be able to healthily look at wounds without us actually being in trigger mode. It's more like the therapist stepping into yourself. You'll be at a more comprehension state of being. Then when you do move into the new moon in Aries, again, providing you've done that soul work with the 12th house energy, which is for a collective, you'll then be moving into the energy of the Aries energy for manifestation. So the laws of attraction are you attract what you believe. Be very careful about your thought process. Let me have a look. What else did I need to tell you guys? What have I missed? 11th house. Yes, some of your friends might be going by the wayside. You also may feel that you need to suddenly reassess the bigger picture and how this is affecting the connection, how this potentially could affect, it could have even been energies surrounding you that just no longer resonate, and how maybe you allowed that to happen or another energy allowed that to happen. But it can be where you physically are changing your personality with your friendships, with your groups, with your day-to-day activities, with your tribe as well. So if you are communicating with more people that you feel you're more like-minded, it's very natural. You can also, during the Mercury energy in retrograde, you may have found that people from the past were reaching out that you hadn't spoken to in a long time. They're coming to you at this time to help you through March as well, to help you move in the correct direction. Any questions in the house? No questions? We're quiet. Are we hearing crickets? If you are wanting to make a booking, you can go to the link below. If you are needing coaching for trigger points, if you want to check into your TF journey, if you want to know how your aspects are being made, in your chart, and you want me to check and cross-reference with a love interest, I can do them from the basics there. Otherwise, I will see you a bit later and we'll do the energy of Capricorn. Thanks, guys.